Hello, everyone out there in Rumble, X, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. Hi, of course, I'm Diego, and today we're going to continue to talk about In the Company of Men. That's right, In the Company of Men, that wonderful feminist movie about the virtues of treating women with respect, with class, with dignity. Absolutely. And if you believe that, I got a bridge I want to fucking sell you. No, this movie has nothing to do with those things. It has everything to do with men being assholes. Has everything to do with men being assholes, okay, in more than one sense. You've got the typical asshole, then you've got the closeted asshole, okay, but they're both assholes, okay. This movie's basically about these two assholes. One's an alpha male, one's a beta male, okay, but they're both liars. They're both trying to manipulate a woman, trying to fuck a woman over just for the fun of it, and and hijinks ensue. Okay, that's what the movie's about. And this one thing this movie can do, okay, is it can elicit a reaction out of you. Okay, it's a triggering movie. It's meant to get you upset. It's meant to make you angry. Okay, that's the reason it was filmed. Okay, because the best movies you get an emotional response from them. Okay, you get excited when something happens. In the movie, when a character falls in love, it's like you fall in love with that character too. When that character is scared, you're scared with that character too. So in this movie, is definitely watching these people just act like degenerates, just act like the worst, types of human beings. Okay, the worst that men can be. Okay, that's probably the best way to put it. The worst that men can be. Okay, now there's good and bad in everybody. We all know this. Okay, it doesn't matter what color you are. Okay, what sex you are, what gender you are. Okay, what religion you are. It doesn't fucking matter. All right, there's assholes in a spectrum. Okay, so this movie displays men at their worst, at their absolute worst. And that's the reason I want to review this movie, because I review a lot of chick flicks here, okay, and I like to point out women on their bullshit, okay, and maybe if you're watching this, you'll want to get like a better just a more well-rounded understanding. Okay, I like to point out the things that the other reviewers don't ever point out. I like to talk about the things that you're never going to see in a fucking movie. You're never going to see this in a fucking TV show. Okay, because the TV shows, movies, okay, Hollywood in general is basically politically they're one direction, which means they want to push their message. Okay, their message. Okay, and this message, there's nothing wrong with diversity, by itself. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But there's something wrong with it when that's at the expense of another group. Okay, so basically, if they're gonna make movies where it's the straight white Christian guy that gets the fucking shaft in every fucking movie, to me that's racism, that's sexism. Okay, that's heterophobia. Okay, and it seems that Hollywood, like they want to promote that message. Okay, that white people are bad. And they don't deserve things because of all the oppression they've done. And I was like, oh, bullshit, man. Let me tell you something. Every race has oppressed every other race. Okay? Slavery's been around since the beginning of fucking humankind. Okay? In all different fucking shapes, all different colors. Okay? It doesn't fucking matter. Okay? Our country's done a lot of shit things. Every fucking country has. Okay? Our country also has done a lot of great things. Okay? We were pioneers. Okay? In leading the way for democracy. Okay, and leading the way for freedom for all people. Okay, did we have slaves? Of course we fucking had slaves. Okay, everybody knows this. Okay, we're also the first country. We were not the first country, but we were. We abolished it. We got rid of it on our own. Okay, and a lot of fucking people died for that. Okay, that's the part no one ever talks about. Okay, and a lot of people died. A lot of white people died. Okay, so that slaves could be freed. Okay, but nobody ever talks about that. Okay, just things like that, and you never get the full story. Okay, and we're raised because of the media, the mass media, they're pushing this message, that white people are all bad and all that kind of shit. Men are all fucking, they're all like sexist, inherently sexist and shit, so therefore men need to be ridiculed and emasculated, okay, so they can feel what it's like to be a woman. And get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, all right? Men did not spend all of human history, okay, hurting women. Okay, that's not why we do these things. Okay, men have a lot of terrible qualities. I'm a man. I'm the first one to admit it. Not all men are good. I've met plenty of fucking assholes in my life. I have. Okay, so I'm never going to say that men are better than women, because we're not. Okay, but women are not better than men either. I'm never going to say that either. You see, that's the difference. Okay, and for all the flaws that men have, okay, yes, we have a lot of things, okay, that are not perfect. Okay, but you know what? I will say this about men. Okay, men, we fucking live, breathe, and die. Okay, for the women that we love. Okay, we die for the women that we love. We will risk our lives to protect the woman that we love. Why do you think we buy houses? Why do you think we buy cars? Why do you think we try to get good jobs? Okay, why do you think we try to be strong and be athletic? Okay, why do you think we try to learn jokes and try to have a social and increase our social status? We do this stuff for women. We do this stuff for women. Okay, we seek women's approval, not on everything, but on some level we seek it. Some more men want it more than others. Okay, but on that basis, okay, everything that men do is for women. Okay, it's for our children and for our wives or the woman that we love. Okay, and I don't really think that Hollywood ever promotes that message. Okay, whenever they display men, they're always talking about men as like we're some fucking patriarchal society that we just abuse women and force women to be in the kitchen and beat them up when they're out of line and they got to make us a sandwich. When the fuck was the last time you ever fucking saw that in a movie or a TV show? Okay, definitely not in my fucking lifetime. Okay, and I'm middle-aged. I'm not even fucking young. Okay, but not in my fucking lifetime. All right, my mom didn't fucking stay home while dad went to work. My mom fucking worked 2-3 jobs to take care of me and my brothers. All right. So none of that fucking shit. I grew up with fucking feminism. I grew up with all this fucking shit. Okay? All the TV shows, the movies had episodes about feminism. Okay? They were fucking Mary Tyler Moore came out before I was fucking born, for Christ's sake. Women were burning their bras before I was born. Okay? So this fucking feminism shit, I grew up with it. Okay? And I've been around long enough to see what it's turned into. It's not about equal rights. Okay? It's about misandry. It's about a matriarchy. Okay, it's about women want to be in charge of fucking everything, but they don't want to take the responsibilities for it. That's when they claim victim status. Okay, when it's their ass on the line, now they're a victim. Okay, but when they have authority, now they're empowered. You see what I mean? This is fucking bullshit. You don't get the good without the bad. All right, and you know, and that's what we have right now. It's starting to change. Thank fucking God. It's starting to change because, like everything else in a capitalist system, okay, the market will determine what our culture is going to be. Okay, if people are not spending money on it, it's not going to make it into the zeitgeist. Okay, it's going to go away. Okay, it's going to go away. It's going to go the way of fucking 8-tracks. Okay, and fucking and laser discs. Okay, it's going to go away. All right. But if something catches on to what people want, it's going to stay. It's going to become part of our culture. Okay, and we've just had 10 fucking plus years of this shit, man, and we're just fucking tired of it. Okay, we're tired of watching movies where women come out on top and men end up on the bottom, where every man is depicted as a fucking idiot, as a fucking evil person, or as a fucking dumbass. Every single guy. And if it's a white guy, forget about it. Okay, if it's a straight white guy, he's automatically the villain. Okay, you see what I mean? And we're tired of this shit. All right. You know, the best entertainment out there is going to show good and bad. Good and bad. I remember seeing a movie in the 90s, okay, called Malice, okay? I don't know if you remember that. It was with fucking the best sharpshooter in the world, Alec Baldwin, was in that movie, okay? And it was also with Bill Pullman was in it, and so was Nicole Kidman. And in that movie, Bill Pullman played a doctor, or he played something. No, he wasn't a doctor. Alec Baldwin was a doctor, he's a surgeon, okay? And Bill Pullman was married to Nicole Kidman. And then fucking something happened, and Bill Pullman ended up, or the doctor, Alec Baldwin, ended up getting sued. He operated on Nicole Kidman, blah, blah, blah. She ended up suing him, and she blamed her husband for letting the drunk doctor operate on her, blah, blah, blah. So she ends up leaving her husband, Bill Pullman. Now Bill Pullman's all like, oh God, my wife left me, you know. And then later on, we find out that she was actually in cahoots with Alec Baldwin. She was having an affair with him. Yeah. And they were trying to sue. The lawsuit that she won, she kept that money and split it with him. Okay, with the doctor, with Alec Baldwin. They were actually evil, and they were doing this. They were fucking over this guy. Okay, and by the time he figured that out at the end, but the reason I'm bringing it up is that in that movie, you had one guy who was a total asshole, but you also had a girl who's a total fucking bitch, okay? So there was equality there. In some weird way, there was equality there, okay? Not every guy was a fucking piece of shit. Not every woman was a fucking, was a debutante, you know, a prima donna virgin, okay? A virtue and shit, okay? It just wasn't the way it was, okay? But now that's the way they're doing it. Now they're trying to tell you that fucking, you know, if you're the type of guy, you know, if you're in a relationship with a girl and she wants to fuck other guys and you don't want her to, then the problem is with you. You're not letting her explore her sexuality, okay? You're trying to keep her fucking chained to the fucking kitchen, You know, that kind of bullshit, which is not fucking true at all. We don't want that. I mean, come on, we grew up in this era. I don't want a fucking girl who's gonna be a fucking housewife. I want a girl to go out there and do her own fucking thing, okay? Make time for me, absolutely. But she's not fucking chained to me. I don't want to be chained to anybody. You see what I mean? And most guys don't want that either. We don't want to fucking oppress women and shit like that. That's all a bullshit fucking narrative that they push on you. Okay? So get rid of that shit. Don't fucking fall for it. Okay? Most guys are fucking good guys. Okay? We don't want to hurt anybody. We don't want to hurt each other. We don't want to hurt women. We want to take care of women. We want to provide for women. Okay? We live our lives for women. Okay? There's none of this fucking bullshit that we're all out here to fucking to fuck over every girl. The guys that do that, you can see them coming. The problem is you're attracted to those guys. So that's on you. That's just on them. That's on you. Okay? It'd be like me. You know, if I'm trying to find true love, if I'm trying to find a girl of my dreams, you know, my everything, you know, I'm not going to fucking go to a titty bar to fucking look for one. Why would I fucking do that? Yeah, I'll get to fuck a lot of hot girls, but do you really think they give a shit about me? Of course they don't. You see what I mean? You don't fucking look for a sandwich in a fucking sewer. You see what I'm talking about? Ladies, you got to figure that shit out. You want to find a guy who you're attracted to, number one, because I know that's important. It's definitely important for us. You know, you want to find a guy that you're attracted to and that treats you good, okay? Then don't try to get with these fucking guys that are fucking got all these options this year. You're going to have to fucking lower your standards just a little bit. Just a little bit. You're not going to get the fucking Harry Styles. You're not going to get the guy that already fucked all 6 of your friends. But he's in love with. You're the one that won that contest, right? Get the fuck out of here. Okay, that's the problem. Okay? These assholes, these womanizers that you have, if y'all quit fucking them, they wouldn't have any power over you. You see what I mean? But you don't. So what the fuck? How can I feel sorry for you? I can't. Anyway, and this movie displays that type of a man, okay, in the character of Chad. Okay, Chad is a fucking womanizer. He's a lying piece of shit. He's a manipulator. He fucks over women. He fucks over men too. He doesn't give a fuck. All he cares about is himself. He talks shit about everybody behind their back, and yet he acts like fucking he's your friend. What do you think he's saying about you behind your back? Exactly the same shit he says about everybody else. He only cares about himself. He has no morality. He has no conscience. He's basically a psychopath. He just wants to fuck over people because he thinks it's fun. To him, it's fun. Okay, and because he has something that everybody wants, men and women, he has something. He has confidence. He has self-confidence, okay? And that alone is an attractive quality to have, okay? It's an attractive quality to have because most people don't have that. Most guys don't have self-confidence, and the ones that do had to earn it. They're not born that way, okay? Same thing with women. Most women don't have self-confidence, okay? Oh, they'll project it. They'll act like they're all that, but you know, you talk to them for a while, you realize they're not all that, okay? Okay, sorry, ladies, but it's fucking true. You're not all that either, okay? But that's what people are attracted to, people with confidence, okay? Because they have a higher value. They don't give a shit what people think about them. Because they already know they're the shit, okay? You can use this power for good or evil. And unfortunately, Chad uses it for evil in this fucking movie, all right? Now, where we left off here, first of all, I'm Diego. I'm going to give you a straight man's point of view. That's what I do here, okay? I don't sugarcoat nothing here. I'm going to give it to you straight up with no fucking lube, all right? There's no lube here. Don't even fucking look for I ain't got any, all right? But I'm going to tell you the fucking truth, all right? And I want to take a break from reviewing chick flicks, okay, and dogging on women for all their stupid choices. I know I just did one, but dogging on women, and we're going to explain the man, when the man is the problem, okay? I'm going to try to do my best I can to explain to you. I've watched this movie several times, to explain to you why the characters act the way they do, what's going on in their head. Okay, what would make a guy act this way and say these things? I'm not like them, but if I could put it together and pretend I was them, why would I do it? Well, this is why I would do it. And this is probably what's behind it there, okay? Like I said, this movie comes off like it was written over a fucking weekend, okay? There's no budget here for fucking like a wardrobe or none of that shit. The guys are all wearing the same outfit in every fucking scene. It's a white Oxford shirt with a 90s tie and black pants. They're all wearing that in every fucking scene, okay? It all takes place in a broken down office, all right? There's no sets, no nothing, okay? So very low budget, okay? But the story is very good. And like I said, there's one thing this movie can do is it can provoke an emotional response from you, okay? It'll make you real fucking angry, very gaslit and very fucking triggered. That's what this movie succeeds at because of what they're doing, what the characters are doing are so fucking bad that if you're a normal human being and you don't get mad to watch this movie, then there's something wrong with you. You're probably not somebody I want to know. All right, so moving right along, this movie is divided up into weeks, okay? The two main characters, Chad, the alpha male, okay, piece of shit, and Howard, the beta male piece of shit, all right? They're on a business trip together. Howard's actually in charge of the project they're working on. They're in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I guess they're overseeing the construction of some new office for whatever company they work for. They're only there for 6 weeks. So this movie's broken apart into weeks, okay? Right now, where we left off last time, we are now in week 4, okay? Chad and Howard, well, Chad mostly, he decided that he was going to play a game with Howard. When they get to Fort Wayne, Indiana, they're going to find some unattractive girl. They're both going to take turns romancing her, not going to tell her that they know about each other, okay? And then right before they go back home, they fly back home, they're going to pull the rug out from under her and tell her that this was all like a bet. It was all a joke. Okay, to see how she would react to two guys falling in love with her. Okay, and they were gonna fuck her over. That was the plan. They were gonna do it because they were bored. Howard told Chad that his girlfriend dumped him before they went on this trip. Chad told him, well, my girlfriend dumped me before I went on this trip. You know, so let's do something about it. Let's get some payback for a change. Okay, so yeah, this is Chad's rationale. Okay, so he basically kind of nudged Howard into do it. Howard, like I said, is a beta male. He has no self-confidence. He doesn't want to do it. The last thing he wants to do is disrespect women. Okay, that's probably why he's always getting cheated on. His girlfriends always want to leave him and fuck other guys. It's because he has no backbone. Okay, he has no spine. Okay, so he's not really the kind of guy that would fuck over a girl at all. But he wants Chad's approval because Chad is an alpha Chad. He's an alpha male. He wants his approval. Maybe some of his self-confidence will rub off on him. Okay, and so he decides to go with it, but very reluctantly. But now that they're both dating her, okay, and she doesn't know that they both know about each other, okay, they pick a girl who's deaf, okay, a very beautiful girl, but she's deaf. She's a good receptionist, okay, her name is Christine, okay, and she's very self-conscious of the way that she talks because if she's deaf, she cannot hear herself talk. So when she talks, it sounds like, like a deaf woman talking. Well, behind her back, Chad has no problem ridiculing her for that, okay, making jokes about it. Okay, imitating her. I mean, just you don't fucking make fun of handicapped people. Okay, but Chad has no problem. Chad never learned that in childhood, that you don't fucking make fun of handicapped people. Okay, Chad has no problem doing that, so he does that throughout the entire movie. Okay, but when he's with her, he acts all charming and sweet and kind and nice, and you almost wish that this was who he really was, because he's got a lot of things going for him. He's got the self-confidence, he's got the looks, he's got the brains. Okay, he's got the social ability. He knows how to talk to people. He's very comfortable talking to people. Okay, but he is a fucking piece of shit asshole, and that it's heartbreaking because damn it, man, you should have been a good guy. You could have done a lot if you were a good guy, but you're not. All you care about is yourself. Okay, and I could not be friends with someone like this. Okay, if I saw a guy like this talking to a girl like that, okay, behind her back, okay, and I've heard some guys say some fucking shit to me that I did not fucking like. Okay, I would not be friends with a guy like that. So I don't want you to think that I'm condoning their behavior. I am not at all. Okay, I think what they're doing is fucking horrible and terrible. But the reason I wanted to pick this movie to review was because you don't ever see movies like this. You never see movies where guys act this way and get away with it. They're always the bad guy. And even in the movies where the bad guy acts this way, they don't do it to a handicapped person because there's just some stuff that Hollywood will not allow. Okay, they will not allow that. Okay, but this is 1997. It's a low budget independent movie, so they did allow it. Okay, and that's why this movie's not like any other movie you'll ever see. Okay, it's very triggering. Okay, but I would not be friends with someone like this. Okay, but this movie does show men at their worst. Okay, and it's kind of cringy to watch it. It really is, because like I said, you can't watch it. I know the first time I saw this, I got angry. Like I wanted to punch the fucking TV screen because of the way that these characters were treating this girl. Okay, but that's what the filmmakers want. They want to get that emotional reaction to you. Okay, because that's why you'll remember it. So I highly recommend you watch this movie and then watch my reviews. All right. So now we're in week 4. Okay. So Howard is trying to make dinner reservations. Okay, at a fancy restaurant. Okay, while he's busy in his office, okay? He's trying to make a reservation he's fallen in love with Christine, okay? She's deaf and everything. He doesn't care. He knows that she's dating Chad too, but Howard knows that Chad is an asshole and that he talks shit about her behind her back, and he would never do that, Okay, so he's thinking I'm the good guy. She's gonna want me. She's gonna see what kind of a man Chad is, and she's gonna pick me. He does not want to fuck her over. He never wanted to fuck her over. Okay, he's legitimately falling for her because here's a pretty girl that's actually giving him the time of day. She actually agreed to go on a fucking date with him. She actually listened to him. Well, not listened, that's a bad word, but she read his lips when he explained to, when he was bragging about his life and talking about how what an alpha male he is, even though he's clearly not, and she can see through that. Okay, but she's giving him attention. That's what he wants. That's what he's not used to. He's not used to a pretty girl giving him attention. So of course he's falling for her big time. Okay. Christine walks in there while he's in his office trying to do that. He tells her that he got the reservations to that really nice restaurant by the lake. Okay, that he told her he would take her to one day. Okay, and she's kind of like standoffish, you know, like she's nice to him, she likes him, she's friendly with him, but you can tell she has no sexual attraction to him at all. Okay, and he's basically a doormat. He's basically trying to accommodate her. To whatever you want to do, you know. If you don't want to go eat there, we'll go over here. No problem. I'll get that for you. Just tell me what you want. You know, one of those simpy guys. Okay, one of those beta male fucking insecure guys that just dry up a pussy like that. Okay, even if she's deaf. Okay, well, she reluctantly agrees to go to dinner with him at this place. It's not today or anything like that. She's like, oh yeah, I think so. She's like, I'll have to check my calendar, but I think so. I think I can make it. So he's like, oh, okay, because she could tell the look on his face. She was trying to tell him no, but he was just like, you know, and so she's like, oh, okay, I think I'll be able to make it. Yeah, you know, she basically tells him that. All right, so now to calm him down. Okay, now in reality, what's going on there? She's already been dating Chad, and she's basically in love with Chad. Okay, they've already kissed. They've already had sexual attraction. Okay, now he was bullshitting her. He was pretending to be nice and charming, but he was also being very romantic. He got her flowers. He complimented her. He used his charm, which he has a lot of. Okay, to depreciate himself, to make her feel at ease, that kind of thing. He made the first move. He kissed her on top of the building, very romantic at night after a dinner date. Blah blah blah. So she's crazy. She's falling for Chad, not this guy. Okay. So that's why she's reluctant to make any commitments for any dates with Howard. Okay, now Howard does not know this. Okay, he does not know that they're actually that Chad and her are actually closer than Chad's been letting him in on. All right, so that's going off, and she standoff. She reluctantly agrees to it. Okay, you know, and then he says like, oh well, let's talk about it during lunch. Let's go to lunch. And she tells him, oh, I can't, you know, it's busy, it's the end of the month, and a lot of reports to do, okay, sorry, okay, so she blows him off for lunch, okay, so he's like, okay, whatever, you know, okay, but he's still thinking back in my, well, I still got that dinner date with her, right? Okay, so Howard's like, oh, that's okay, hey, you know, I understand, by the way, that's a beautiful dress you got on there, you know, okay, it's very stylish, I got a good eye for these things, You know, like a fucking wimpy piece of shit, you know? Okay? You know, and he's like, you know, it looks good. It looks really good on you. It really does, very stylish, you know, like that, okay? And he sounds weird coming from a guy. He's like, I know, it probably sounds weird coming from a guy like me, but I got a good eye for this stuff. So basically, think like Barney Fife from the Andy Griffith Show. Some beta male, skinny little fucking guy. He's short. Like I say, he's skinny. He wears glasses. He has a soft-spoken voice. Okay, his posture is fucking terrible. He has no fucking self-confidence, and it's so fucking obvious. Okay, he looks like a fucking 35, 36-year-old virgin. He really does. Okay, and that just turns women off. Okay, no matter how hard he's trying to compliment her and shit, women don't want that. Okay, they want a guy who can project confidence, and he does not project that at all. Okay, and that's on him. He needs to work on that on himself before he tries to date women. Okay. You can tell just by looking at her, she's not attracted to him at all. All right. Okay. So he rubs his hands together when she leaves, he said something profound, and maybe like he's got plans for her this weekend now because they're going to go out. You know, he's not thinking about the fact that she's actually crazy about another guy. All right. And he practices saying "you look good" in sign language. Yes, he's been practicing sign language for her. Okay, that's how fucking smitten he is with this girl that he's supposed to fuck over. All right. Okay, so the next scene, she's having lunch with Chad at a restaurant. I guess it's like a cheap restaurant, like a barbecue pit, that kind of thing. A lot of scenes in this movie take place in places like that. Okay, so she's on a lunch date with Chad, and he is being, of course, very charming. Okay, very sweet. You know, just like, oh, gosh, I was thinking about you, and just, you know, I know this is kind of sound kind of weird, but I think it's time that we kind of talk, because I think, you know, the way our relationship is going, I'm really thinking it's maybe time that we just take that next step forward. I just want you to know that, it needs to be said, but, I'm going to be leaving here in a couple of weeks. And I just want you to know that whatever happens with us, that I trust you. If you want to go out with other guys and stuff, I can understand that. I just want you to know that I think that what we have is special, and that I trust you. Just like that. Actually, he actually did it better than me, okay? Because my sweet personality is not like that, okay? But I don't want to fucking give you my sweet personality. I'm trying to imitate his in the movie, right? So he basically does that bullshit, he's just, I think that since we kissed the other night, you just make me feel so special. And you're so beautiful. Just like that. He's like, my cards are on the table. They are. She's just like, I know it's fucked up because we know he's a piece of shit. We know he's using her, but she doesn't know that. And if you did not know he's a fucking asshole, if you just watched this out of context, if you just watched this scene and did not know anything about these characters, you would think that this is a couple that's fallen in love, like legitimately fallen in love with each other, and you'd be happy for them. But no, it's not, okay? He's like, we have to face that my job ends here in a few weeks. Whatever happens, I trust you. Look, I like you. I said it, okay? I just, but that's fine. I wanted to say it. I'll eat better now. Don't, he's like, oh, don't blush. It's okay. He's like, there, look. I look at you and I just see good. I see good when I look at you. I see nice. I see kind. I'm very happy with you. And I feel this could be a relationship. And she's like, she's like, right? Of course, she's about to cream in her fucking pants, right? He's like, I just want to nurture it, and just see us blossom. Wow. He is laying it on. Okay. Well, Howard walks in. Okay. I guess he had a to-go order, and he walks by their table and he sees them both. Okay. Now, Howard obviously is shocked. He had no idea that the reason Christine blew him off for lunch is because she had a date with Chad. Okay. But Chad knows how to play this off. Okay. Remember, she does not know that both of these guys are trying to fuck her over. She does not know that. Okay. So Chad plays it off like, oh, Howard, how you doing? I didn't know you came here. Hey, have you met Christine? Like he plays it off like that, all right? Like Chad and Howard pretend that Howard is meeting her for the first time, and Howard, of course, is very clumsy and like upset, Chad offers to let, hey, you want to sit down with us? He's like, no. And if you look at Christine's face, she's just like she's not used to fucking over guys. Okay. She's a deaf woman. She doesn't get asked out a lot. Okay. Let's just be honest here. Okay. And she's not used to fucking two-timing or to lying to men to get what she wants. She's not used to that shit. All right. But she had to do it in this case because she didn't want to hurt fucking Howard's feelings. Okay. But now the cat is out of the bag and she can see the hurt on fucking Howard's face. Okay. She can see it. She's probably been fucked over by men before. Okay, so she can recognize it when she sees that look in another human being, okay? But she's responsible for it this time. So she's just like she feels bad. She legitimately feels bad for lying to Howard, okay? So that she could go out with Chad, all right? And you can see how Howard is fucking upset. Of course he is, Like I said, he's legitimately falling for her, whereas fucking Chad is just fucking using her, all right? Okay, so to let her sit with them, Chad offers to let Howard sit with them. Howard declines. He's like, oh no, I have to get back to the office. It's the end of month. A lot of reports due. You know, like that. He says that to her and she's just like, you know, and then he walks away. Okay, and he's pissed. He's pissed because he's just, she bullshitted him, and she bullshitted him. She lied to him. Okay, but of course Howard doesn't think that he's been lying to her this whole time too. He's also a liar, but he's not seeing it that way. Yeah. I have no sympathy for Howard either, okay? He's a fucking beta male, limp dick, fucking insecure piece of shit, okay, with no game, does not know how to talk. Well, that's his own fault because he didn't do anything about it. He didn't do anything about it. He knows the kind of man that he is. He doesn't want to be this kind of man, but he doesn't want to do anything about it. He wants to leash off of Chad. What the fuck do you think a guy like Chad is going to do with a guy like Howard? He's going to fucking use him. He's going to manipulate him. He's going to get him to do the things that he wants to do. You see what I mean? Damn. Unfortunately, that's what happens. It's not just the women that are attracted to guys with a lot of self-confidence. It's the guys too. They're just not attracted to them in a sexual way. They're attracted to them in a leadership way. Men, I was in the military. I know men with strong alpha personalities, they're great leaders because we will do what they say. We will follow them into battle. We will follow them in the workforce. We will follow them in a supervisory role, okay? Because they know how to fucking lead. They lead from the front. They take the chances. They display bravery, and that makes their followers want to be brave too. That's how it works. Okay, that's who the best leaders are. The one they don't fucking bark orders from the back. They're in the front of everybody else, charging on, leading the fight. You see what I mean? And Chad, for all his fucking unscrupulous behavior that he has, he does that. He walks. He brags a lot, but he also walks the walk. He also does the things that a normal person wouldn't do because he's not afraid of those things. He'll do that shit. That's what makes him a dangerous person because he actually has balls. Okay, he's an evil motherfucker, but he has fucking balls, and that's enough. Unfortunately, that's enough. So like I said, Christine clearly feels guilty, okay? And Chad excuses himself. He pretends his beeper went off. Yes, it's the 90s. His pager went off, and he fucking leaves for whatever, just for a second, okay? And Christine takes this opportunity to apologize. Now, she's sitting down. Howard's standing up with his fucking to-go order. And she takes this opportunity to apologize to him. She's telling him, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry, but Chad already made plans for him and me. That kind of thing. She apologized to Howard, okay? She says she already had a date with Chad, okay? And he asked her and she asked him, can you please forgive me? Okay, I didn't know that you knew about Chad. I didn't know that he was going to take us here and that you would be here, okay? He had already made plans. Please forgive me. She says that, okay? And he says that it's okay. It's not. Okay, to him it's not, okay? And he leaves, okay? He leaves with his head down, He's been cucked. But he knew it. He knew that Chad was dating her too. The problem with Howard is he's so fucking insecure with himself that he can't even possibly believe that maybe, just maybe, Chad, the fake Chad that he displays in front of Christine is actually the type of man she wants to be with. Okay, not him. Now, guys make this problem a lot. Okay, let me tell you guys, if you want to win over a woman's heart, if you want to win over a woman, okay, you have to display masculine traits. Okay? You have to display masculine traits. Okay, you have to have a backbone. You have to be willing to say no. You have to set boundaries for yourself. You have to have a morality. This I'll tolerate and this I won't tolerate. And what do I mean by that? That means if you're dating a girl and she thinks it's fun to shoplift or something like that, okay? You're the kind of guy that's gonna be like, I don't give a shit how fucking hot you are, okay? I am not going out with a woman who's gonna fucking steal things from stores, okay? And you fucking kick her to the curb. That's setting a boundary, okay? Whereas Howard's the kind, he doesn't fucking give a shit. He will help her fucking steal the shit from a store. Why? Because he doesn't want to lose her. He's so afraid of losing her that he'll do whatever the fuck she wants. Okay, now how is a woman going to respect a man? You can't. Nobody respects a man like that. And unfortunately, that's the kind of man that Howard is. Okay? That's the kind of, he's wearing his desperation. He's wearing it for everybody to fucking see how desperate and lonely and insecure he is. And that shit turns people off, not just women, men, everybody. Nobody wants to follow a guy like that. And that's why he has no real authority over his own fucking team. That's why Chad, who is a subordinate in the business world, doesn't respect him as a boss. He pretends to. He panders to him. It's a form of fake flattery. Okay? But he doesn't really respect Howard. You see what I mean? He's just using him. He's giving him just enough little respect so that he can get his boss, Howard, to do what he wants him to do. And anyone with two open eyes can see this. But Howard can't see this. He cannot see past his own insecurity. Okay, and that's on him. That's not Christine's fault. That's not Chad's fault. Chad is an asshole, but he saw a guy who's clearly a fucking target here, clearly a guy waiting for someone with more confidence to manipulate him. He saw it and he used it. He saw that opportunity and he fucking exploited it. He took advantage of it. Same thing with Christine. He saw a girl who, despite the fact that she's gorgeous, she is handicapped and therefore her dating options are very limited. He saw that and he exploited it. Okay? He takes advantage of what's around him. He couldn't pull this shit off with a normal girl. He had to find a girl that was handicapped. You see what I mean? Now, that shows weakness on fucking Chad's part, but Chad doesn't give a shit, as we'll find out later on. This was never about really fucking over a girl. For him, this was just about fun. It's fun for him to fuck people over. That's what this business trip was all about. Is what's he going to do when he's not working? He's going to fuck some people over, because for him, that's a good time. That makes a trip worthwhile for him. You see what I mean? He saw what was there and he exploited it. He saw a man that was weak and he took advantage of him. He saw a woman that was weak. He took advantage of her. That's what he fucking does. You know, he didn't create the situation. He just exploited it. Okay. So anyway, so Howard leaves. His feelings are all hurt. He's all butthurt and shit. He walks out of there with his fucking to-go order and his head down. Okay. And then, of course, Chad comes back, and Chad's like, he's like, where did Howard go? Oh, he had to leave. Oh, okay. Oh, all right, fine, So they're sitting there, and of course he puts on his sweet face again, and so I can talk, and he's sitting there, in front of her and stuff, and he's all like, okay, looking at her like, and then she looks down to look at the menu, and he's just like, just like that, okay? That evil look just shows it just for like a second. He shows it, okay? He reminds you that he's such a fucking asshole. Aaron Eckhart is a great actor. He really pulls this off. I'm glad he won his fucking Sundance Award for Best Actor for this movie, because he had to play basically two characters, okay? He had to play the fucking asshole that his character really is, and he had to play the nice guy that his character is pretending to be. And he did such a good job playing the nice guy that you almost wish that he really was that nice guy, because you care about these characters. You care about Christine. I cared about Christine. I don't want Christine to end up with this asshole. I want Christine to end up with the guy that Chad's pretending to be. Because if that guy was real, that would be a good guy for her. But unfortunately, it's not. It's not. And this is why I picked this movie, and this is why it elicits that emotional response from me. I've dated several women, okay? I've been single most of my life, pretty much, all right? But I would never fucking do this to someone, because every man, despite what the fucking feminists tell you, all men are fucking dogs, that's fucking bullshit. We're not, okay? All of us, just like women, all of us have a moral compass, okay? We know right from wrong. Most of us do, okay? Okay, and there's just lines we're not gonna fucking cross, okay? Like, I would never cross. Even other guys I know that just fuck women left and right, okay? Okay, guys that I know that are like that, okay? Even they won't fucking do what this guy is doing here, okay? We all have our inner fucking moral compass, okay, that we abide by. It has nothing to do with being influenced by outside people. It has everything to do with what we feel inside is right and wrong, okay? So most guys are not like this Chad, okay? Which is why we get so angry with a character like him, because we see what he's doing and it pisses us off. It really does, okay? If only more women will call out other women on the shit that women do, I think this world will be a lot better, okay? Because when a man says anything about it, we're labeled as fucking, sexist and misogynist and chauvinist and all the other fucking shit, the hate that I fucking get for saying the fucking truth, okay? But it's true. I think fucking, we need to police ourselves, okay? Yes, there's a lot of assholes out there, okay? But who takes down those men that are assholes? Okay, other men take them down. Other men take them down. And that's the fucking truth. All right, I'm gonna stop my review right here, but I'll be back shortly to continue my review in the company of men. I thank you very much for watching this long, and I will see you soon on the next one. Bye.